So I just wanted to make a video talk about tips and tricks that I've learned whilst doing artwork. This video is predominantly going to be about oil painting. When I want to create some new artwork, I normally have an image of what I want to create. I patch together all the different colours that I'm making up her face, where the light's hitting it. And then you should be left with something like that, with all the patches together. And then I go in and I just add in a darker, whatever colour. So for here, I've done the shadows red, so I just do an outline, a big outline of the dark red that I've done. So one of the tips that I would say is, when you're doing the eyes, make sure that you don't layer up too many different colours on top of each other too quickly, because you will end up with a grey sort of colour coming through and it will be very difficult to add in detail. So what I'd do is I would wait maybe half an hour or so. And then come back and fill in the colours that you've done. And so when I want to add in detail with oil painting, what I first did, because I came from a watercolour background, is I bought oil water mixing paints so that I could add in water to make the paint a bit thinner. But as I sort of progressed with my paintings, I sort of stopped adding the water and just became a bit more used to oil. And I then got linseed oil, which makes your paint thinner and it helps when you're doing detail. Don't put too many rules and regulations on yourself when you're painting. Make sure you're creative and not tying yourself down to being a perfectionist. Honestly, for me, when I'm painting and I'm having the most fun, my paintings come out the best. When I'm stressed and trying to be perfect, then they don't really come out that great. So just make sure, great time, experimenting. If you go outside the lines, just let it flow. If it goes outside the lines, who cares, you know? And don't be scared to try new things, because I think that's something that I've always struggled with art, is I sort of perfect a certain style or certain way of doing things and I get scared to adventure out of my little comfort zone. But don't be scared at all, because at the end of the day, what have you got to lose? If it goes wrong, it's okay, you can do another piece. With palette knives, I have learnt that, from my experience with them, doing detail is difficult. When I do a painting with just a palette knife, so I would say my rule is just use a palette knife, don't use a paintbrush. That would be like my rule that I've set myself for a painting. And I will do it and I will try and do detail. No, this does not want you to do detail. Make sure that you set a time limit, because often when we get frustrated and irritated when we're trying to accomplish something, we spend hours and hours and hours doing something. A good time limit for something like this small, I would say, is 2 or 3 hours. So this one I think probably took me more like 3 to 4 hours. If I were to just literally do this area, then just 2 hours. And when it's done, be like, it's done. The time ran out, exam. Accept it, you know? Sometimes it's really difficult to accept that you finished something, and you always, like even to this day, I can look at any of my paintings and go, oh, let me improve that, let me do that. But most of the time when you do that, you mess it up. You don't want to mess it up. So just let go, you know? And also sometimes when I'm not happy with a painting, I will go away, do something else, and I'll come back and I'll actually be impressed with what I've done. but normally it's because I've been so stuck on getting it perfect that I haven't realised what is right in front of me and how much I have achieved. So, and if you're getting irritated, say you set 2 hours and it goes to an hour and you're just like, this is not going right, make sure you persevere, because sometimes the worst paintings, the ones that I've been like, this is not going well, have turned out the best. And also, number 2, make sure you take a break. So just, I don't know, take however long you need, 20 minutes, half an hour, whatever. Go chill, come back, and then start again when you're feeling less irritable or you feel like doing it all the next day, whatever. Because if you try and do things when you're irritated, you tend to want to hurry it up and not care as much. So you will mess up, and there's been a lot of times for me where halfway through the painting looked better than the final result, because I was just, no, I need to finish this, no, I need to get this done. And trust me, it's not worth it. Just take that break. Honestly, if you don't do artwork or you want to have a go at it, or it's something that you've always thought, yes, let me try this, literally just have a go and don't have that idea of this needs to be perfect. Because when I first started out doing art, I was bored and like couldn't sleep. Let me try to do this painting, and it turned out good. But every other time before that, when I tried to paint, I'd been like, this needs to look exactly like what I had in my mind of it looking like, and when it doesn't look like that, so I'm already starting out with a bad attitude. So just make sure you stay calm, don't limit yourself, be creative and have fun. I can't stress that point enough. Having fun is the best thing you can do. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, so hope it helps. Let me know what you think. Be great to hear from you. Bye.